Hey everyone, we're live here at Anchor Point and we are going to do some Christmas stuff today. I promised everybody that if we had an excellent primitive Christmas event that I would show you Anchor Point as I decorated it. Now I'm probably 75% decorated. I am having a problem finding garland for my stairwell all the way down. So hopefully I will be able to find some, and then we will do a part 2 of Christmas at Anchor Point. But Darcy's with me today.
Hi there.
Yep. And guess what? We got that tree skirt done.
We did, yeah.
Right? And now you can go home and decorate, right? Because you get to leave with it today.
Yeah.
I've been hoarding it at my house for a long time,
Yeah,
right?
well.
Yeah. Okay, so we have a couple things while everybody's getting on. I'll kind of chat a little bit so we don't dive into the meat right away. But a couple things I want to talk about is our orders for the Christmas event are more than half out. And I know that you're all want to get them as fast as you can, but we are not, we're not a big company. We have 2 computers and, they got to type in everything and print the labels and out the door they go. So please understand that we are trying to do the best we can. We have Nick shipping. We have everybody else working, helping to ship or helping to package to get these out to you as much as possible. And I know that everybody says to me, oh, there's a little rumbling in the group about, this or that. Please understand, we are trying everything we can to get all these orders out. And you did an awesome job. This is a huge event, so you get to see my home in a video, and we'll slow down and we'll look at everything. So I'll let you into my world just because you guys are awesome. And remember, that event, you had 4 or 5 patterns free for ordering from us, for being our loyal customers, and for being patient. For help us get those all out. But I will tell you that one of the big things that's holding some of your orders is a pillow form. So if you ordered a pillow form, we got confirmation that they have shipped to us. We have not gotten them yet. We're hopefully tomorrow. If not, they will probably ship next week for sure. So just know if you have a pillow form in your order, don't try to call and check up on your order. When we didn't lose anything. We are working on them. So, and when you do call, be nice to the girls because they are working their buns off. They are working their buns off. So, and it's a lot of hard work, and it's not the fun kind of work. The fun kind of work is when you guys get to come in and we get to chit chat with you and talk about things. And, we don't get to do that this time. It was all online. We missed the cookies.
I did.
Yeah, right. Like I think Jess lives off them for 3 days. I think she goes on a sugar high during that event. But just know we're doing the best we can to get you your orders out. And we are doing very good. We are not waiting for anything but those pillow forms. So the time it takes to process and go through every order, that's what takes time. And the fact that we're just waiting for those pillow forms. Like all the kits are made, everything. The dyers, the packaging, the kit girls, they're already working on something else. So just know that it just takes time to go through all the steps. Okay, so I think I touched on that enough. So one of the other things that I want to talk about is the next, everybody's calling and wants to know when they can get in the wool subscription box. The 2021, they've seen some of the videos, they want to get in on it. September. December, that's how fast time goes. December 15th, you will be able to sign up for the wool subscription box. So we will have that up on the website. You don't have to keep checking every day and tell them. You have a couple days. So I believe that's a Tuesday. So next Tuesday, you'll be able to sign up and do it early because I'm afraid they are going to fill up fast. But know that we only can take so many. There's only so many we can do. So we hope you are listening and that you know that on Tuesday you can sign up. All right, so then let's just talk a little bit about the mug. So here is our mug, and I'll come up close so Kaylee can get a nice view of this. Now this is our annual mug. We do one every year. We did a pre-order this year so we could avoid not having them, not getting them for Christmas. So they are shipping right now from the warehouse, so you'll be getting them if you pre-ordered it. If you, however, somehow missed our pre-order, we are going to order another bunch because a bunch of you missed out on it. So go on our website, go under the 2020 mug, and you will be able to put your order in, and then we will get this to you, I believe sometime in January. We'll be able to get you the mug. And just a little reminder also that they are listed, I think, for $24. Now that's because it takes a lot to ship this to make sure it doesn't get broken. And we are going to include a bounce back coupon so you can recover your shipping charges that you're paying to get this shipped to you. So we're going to give you, I think, a $20 gift card on a $100 purchase in March, I believe. So if I'm not right, Jess will make sure I got that right. But that is what I believe it is. Okay, and then next year coming up, I want to also point out that besides those dated mugs, we have done a couple other mugs in the past that just have like some sewing motifs on them. And we'll be doing a few of these. So look for these coming up next year. And then we also are going to add a different size. So this cute little guy here is more like a tea mug. I believe it's like 12 ounces. These other ones hold a whole bunch of, I think it's almost like 20 or 24 ounces in these big mugs, but I believe these are 12. So look for those new mug additions coming next year if you like our mugs. And I just want to point out that a small business in Neenah makes our mugs for us. So we're supporting another business that's local here as well that we are pretty proud of. All right. Okay. More stuff. I'm going to do this. I didn't tell anybody I was going to do this. Jess is probably going to get mad at me, but this is our holiday box. So this is the one that will ship out next week. We're ready to ship out next week. We're going to try to get all your orders out from the Christmas event. Then we ship this box. I don't know if Kaylee, the sun's shining on it, or we're good. Okay. I don't want to tell you what's on the bottom of the box. Hi, Jeter. Come on in. That's just me pounding on the box. Jeter, come. Yeah, he doesn't like noise. So there's something special on the box. So make sure you look on the bottom of your box. Jeter, come on. Come on. Nobody's here. Come on. All right, hopefully he's done now. So don't forget to look on the bottom. There's an extra little special thing for you there that we thought of at the last minute before the box went to print. So, right? Yeah, right?
Oh, yeah. Oh.
Okay, now, there he is. Okay, lay down. Gonna come up here? Come on, come on. Wanna come? Wanna be part of the party? All right, so Darcy's here to take home her tree skirt. So that means we want to show you the tree skirt. Some of you probably already got your tree skirt. I think we sent them out a week or so ago. But I'm going to go. You can just stay there, Darcy. I'll grab them. They're heavy. So these are tree skirts made of wool with wool appliques. So Kaylee, tell us where to go. Should we go over there?
Oh, right there is good.
Okay. So here is it full out. Now tell us why you didn't want to put a hole in the middle of yours.
I may do it anyway. I may do it later, but I have a fake tree. So
Okay.
I wanted to see how big a hole and everything. And we have a brand new tree, so I can't remember what it looked like.
Okay.
So I'll probably take it home and decide when I get it home.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So one of the things that but just think pine needles and think how they look, and they're kind of random. Don't try to make them too perfect when you do that. When I was teaching Darcy how to do it, I'm like, don't do them so straight. You know, pine needles aren't that straight. Make them kind of random and more interesting.
Why don't you bring those pine needles this way?
All right, so let's do the pine needles close up. And also, this was machine quilted, so maybe you'll be able to, let's just see if we can get the machine quilting. So the boys, Luke and Jake, one of them must have quilted this. And I like how the thread sinks in and you don't see it. And then here is that pine needle stitching. Nice close up. And I love that you use the buttons because the knots wouldn't have been big enough. Yeah. So that's like the perfect size here. And then tell us about this.
The scalloped edge. I just did it on the bias, of course. And I came over here to do it just because I was nervous. And I made it out of homespun, and I just chose a dark color, same as that I have on the back. And it went pretty slick. It went pretty fast.
Yeah, yeah. And because it's on the bias, it'll do these nice curves. And just make sure that you might do this a little bit bigger than like a 2-inch because of the thickness of the wool. Do you remember what we did? 2 1/4?
We did 2 1/4, and
yeah.
I usually do 2 1/2 just because.
Right. Yeah. And see, I like skinnier bindings because I like it when it's the same on the front as it is on the back.
Right.
All right. And that's the way they should be. Okay. So this is Darcy's version. It's excellent. I can't wait for her to take it home and put it under her tree. Because she can set her tree right on top. That's what you're thinking, right? Or you might end up cutting it in.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm going to try a couple different things. I have a basket that I bought, and the basket it's kind of like that.
Yeah, a collar.
Yeah, a collar.
A tree collar. That's like the new thing. Yeah.
And if I could put it on that, it would lay nice.
Right. So yeah, we're in Jeter's spot here. So he's
stand over there.
Reclaimed it. All right, come on over here, Darcy. Help me hold this one. Okay. So this is Amy's tree skirt. So she wants the tan one. So we'll make this come together here. And we put the hole in. Now this one, you don't cut the hole until it's after it's done quilting. So I drew it on here, drew the whole circle, drew the line, then the boys quilted it. And then when it's done, then that's when you cut it and bind it. So you want it already on there, instead of trying to wing it after it's been quilted. But beautiful. I love the check. It works really well. I'm going to do one also, but I'm going to do a gray one. And I'll have mine ready for you next year. Fun. So yeah, so in this house, I want a gray one. So Amy got this one. You remember me cutting out all the pieces for it. Jean Jesky stitched it for her. And now Amy has this for her new house that she's just been in a couple of years. The boys, this is some sort of orange peel design, orange diamond or something like that. I can't remember what it's called, but if you really want to know, we can put that in the comments. But yeah, super cool how these turned out. Super excited about that.
Now Luke found one for me that had a holly leaf in it.
Yes.
I just love it.
Yeah, and it was like perfect because it didn't like scream cheesy, but it was perfect. Yes. Okay, so if you have any questions, I think Kaylee can check those, but let me just make sure that I didn't miss any of the announcements that I was supposed to get to you. Oh, I just remembered something, Kaylee.
Mm-hmm.
Should we tell them? Yeah. Tell them our news.
Ooh, hang on, you're in the sun.
About all our new stuff.
Oh, okay. I'm like, what's our news?
So did you notice anything about this video so far?
Stand in the shade.
Stand in the shade.
Yeah.
The sun is shining today.
Yeah. So we, thanks to all of our awesome loyal viewers, we've been able to upgrade our audio and video. So I'm hoping that.
See my mic?
Yeah. Got her mic on.
Mic'd up, yeah.
So we're really, really hoping that we can start creating even higher quality video for you guys, because we love you guys.
Yeah, and as you know, I'm getting so much better at not caring about what I look like, how I sound, whatever. I just want to be able to reach out and touch you guys and spend some time with you, because I know that some of you aren't going to be able to visit anybody's house this year. So I hope that maybe you'll enjoy some of the things that I did here. Maybe you can get some decorating ideas, maybe some gift ideas, maybe, take from this whatever you want. And just know that this is from years of collecting. This just didn't happen last week. I didn't just go to the store and buy a lot of this stuff. And a lot of this stuff has been from my primitive house. So my old house before we moved to the lake was pretty warm and cozy and primitive. But I love how I still can use a lot of it here out on the lake, where everything is lighter and brighter, but I still can use some of that stuff in here as well. All right, are we ready for our tour?
I think so.
We're a little nervous. Let's just be honest. That's full disclosure here. Our laptop is not charged very much. So I'm going to be carrying the laptop around while we go, and hopefully it will not cut out on us. Yep. So amateur move there, not having our laptop fully charged. Okay. So Jeter.
Right, let's start with the tree.
Okay, so here is our tree. Hopefully Jeter will quit barking. And just a little FYI, I have a fake tree. This is a fake tree. Come on, Jeter. So anytime the UPS guy comes or any funny noise, he likes to bark and thinks somebody's entering his domain. Okay, so this is our tree. It is pre-lit. I put the garland on and the little boys decorate it all. So I don't move ornaments. I don't do anything. Jace is a little perfectionist. Like, he knows about spacing, and he loves visiting all the ornaments that he has given me throughout the years, and then he'll find one with his daddy on it, and he loves all the ones with the pictures on. So I save all of those. These are from my sewing group that meets here. In 2007, we did a couple little stitch along. Look, I did a cross stitch one. These are from 1984. I love it. Kind of like cheap, fake brass. All right. And I didn't finish the back. Look, see, I was an amateur. You got to start somewhere. All right. So that's our tree. Which way do you want to go, Kaylee?
Let's go to the back corner.
Okay, so back corner.
Yep.
All right, so I'm going to duck around here. Okay, so in this corner is my sitting chair here, and we have the Happy Holidays pillow. And this was one of your free designs if you ordered during our primitive Christmas event. And hopefully y'all got your downloads ready to work. If you didn't, go in your cart from the shop. It's probably sitting in there. So in the corner here in the bookcase, I keep some things in here and then I change some things out. So all the lake stuff came out for the Christmas stuff and the fall stuff, and in come any of the Bellsicle Santas, the bottle brush trees. And like I said, I just kind of collect them at vintage places, antique stores, rummage sales, any place I can find some of that stuff, the trees, and sometimes even on eBay, if I'm looking for something, I'll type in old red toy truck and I'll find some of the toy trucks there as well. And I like the alarm clocks there. Those are there all the time. I just found the typewriter. I'm super stoked about the typewriter, and Jace wants to also know about that too. He's very intrigued about that and wants to put some paper in there and play around with it. So that's the bookcase there. I could use a couple little more things here and there, but it's not all about it being perfect. I like to just keep adding things. I'll probably be doing a little bit more shopping here so we can add a few things. It doesn't have to be complete in my world. I like to be able to work on things as we go. All right, so we're going to pan on over to the fireplace. Now, do you remember when we did Christmas in July and we had those stocking hangers on? I want to remake all my stockings. So I have a plan and I needed 7 of them. So that's why there's 7 trees up there. That's to make sure I had enough for my plan for next year. So I have something else planned for you for next year to focus on making new stockings. And we noticed this year, because we did put some things in these stockings for the boys, and are not big enough to put anything. You had to take everything out of the package to put them in. So I'm going to make them a little bit more beefier, the new ones coming up. And if you are listening and paying attention, I'm going to tell you a little bit of information right now that my flannel line for July is Christmas themed. So that's just a little hint. I don't know if I can officially tell anybody that yet, but I just told you.
I feel like you needed a drum roll.
Right. And we're having so much fun creating the projects for that. And it's called Yuletide Gatherings. All right. So that's the fireplace. This is a gas fireplace. I love the trees. I found those at Urban Evolution, which is in Appleton, which kind of a reclaimed shop where they reclaim gym floors and make flooring out of it. And, you know, tables, like my tables and some of my hutches have come from there in the past. But I found those there a couple of years ago, and I just love those twig trees with the fake snow on them. All right, so Kaylee, as long as you're there, pan down on the little table scape I have going there. So you all know that the mugs aren't supposed to be there, but see those little stands with my itty bitty celebrations? That is the book coming out in January, and you will see I will have those tucked in and around the house. But I loved making those. You can make a couple of those in an evening. And I will grab one so you can see Scotty's little stands that we sell. And then you can kind of see the detail. And these are from 2 inches to 2 1/4 inches on the wool. And just fun little designs. And these are the Christmas ones I have out right now. So we have Santa. Oh, there we go. And again, that's the Itty Bitty Celebrations book. That's on my site right now as a pre-order, and it will ship in January, but I know I'm getting some pre-copies. I don't know what that's called. Pre-release copies. So you might get it earlier than that. And I'll sign them, and we'll do some fun things. We're going to do a stitch along all next year with the Itty Bitty Celebrations. Okay? All right, come on over.
All right.
And so far our internet is working, huh?
Yep.
All right, I'm going to come around this way. You go this way.
Okay.
Oh yeah, good. We got Darcy here. She can hold the laptop. Perfect. Okay, so again, the bookcase is filled here with the bottle brush trees, some punch needle designs. So I did these years ago. If you haven't done any punch needle yet, I think I'm going to reintroduce punch needle and wool rug hooking next year. We're going to work on some projects with that and teach you how to do those things. Again, some vintage stuff. Look at how cute this is. An old truck in an old jar with some fake snow in there. And then there's a vendor at the Old Goat here, Ye Old Goat in Appleton, Wisconsin. She makes all of these cute little vignettes in the little Jello molds. I love them. They're so fun. And she used to be a floral designer, but I think I go to her booth and I spend lots of money in there pulling all the pretty things that I can't not go home with. So then the rest of the shelf consists of like an old oil lamp. There's that snowflake from the Christmas in July event that we were selling. We had a couple of those for sale. And you might want to check out our Christmas decor online. We do have some. The problem is anything, if you order anything from this live video today that's on our website, you can't count on it for Christmas. Okay? I don't want to promise you that. So if that's a deal breaker for you, it's just not going to happen. So don't order. But if it's not a big deal for you and you understand, I don't want to promise you that you're going to get something for Christmas, because you won't. Maybe, but maybe not. All right. So come along this way. All right, and then we're gonna do behind the sofa here. This is the sofa table. And everybody loves my Santa with the quilt done out of the antique, his coat is done out of an antique quilt. I got him in Houston at the show. I always went to the ladies' booth before she opened to check out if I had to go home with any of her Santas that year. And I really loved this one because it had this beard that wasn't like fake fur, fake beard. It wasn't shiny. You could tell that it was like real wool. And I really love that look versus the stuff that you could tell was not, it was synthetic. I know that's being petty, but hey, we like what we like. Okay, so just a little table mat here I made out of some scrap blocks, no pattern for any of that. And then again, some driftwood that's been hanging around the lake house here, a couple trees. You can put your little trees in an old jug. And then I'm going to talk more about the little letter boards later, but these are part of the letter board collection that we sell at Primitive Gatherings, and I just love those tiles. All right, Kaylee, do you want to, should we finish in here?
Mhm.
Okay, so swoop around and then come on over. We got a couple antique quilts hanging in the living room, so avoid that and go there first. All right. And we're trying not to be real noisy with our floor here because it is a reclaimed floor, so it has all kinds of bumps and knots and holes and wormholes and stuff in it, so it's not the smoothest. But we have an antique quilt hanging on the hanger, and these are Scott's hanger. The one that Kaylee just showed you first is a single hanger, and then if she can you pan back there and show them the 3 hanger?
Yep, we're on it.
Yeah, you got it? Mm-hmm. All right, so the 3 hanger way back there in the corner, so those arms will swing out, and they all have a different quilt on them. And these are new items. They are not on our website yet. They will be for our 12 days event. So keep that in mind. We will have the 3-arm or the 5-arm coming up for that event. I had to save some things that you weren't able to get previously to make that event super cool. And here is Oh My Dear. That is one of the projects I made during the Permanent Christmas. That's new. It wasn't a free one, but it is. So I didn't really have a space to put him on because I already had a welcome quilt outside. But look, I just pinned him to an old quilt, and he is very happy there. Okay? All right, here's Jace's table and Owen's table. A little live edge piece of wood there makes a beautiful accent to the quilt. The little mini quilt there. I don't remember the name of that thing, but it's just little 2-inch star blocks. And a little candle. All right, Kaylee, you want to just pan this room then, and then we'll move on to the kitchen. So that's our living room. We built our house in 2016. Darcy's husband and Darcy and her crew made this dream house possible. All right. Okay, so moving into the kitchen, and our kitchen consists of, we have this gray cabinetry and we have white cabinetry. So this is my refrigerator. Everybody thinks that's a pantry, but that is actually my refrigerator there. And here is my letterboard that I just love to put a different saying on each month. Here is one of the projects from the personalized pillow. This is the medium size ornament that's in there, and you can put a word on there, you can put a name on there. That kit comes with 3 different size ornaments on it. And just a little FYI, we have some new tiles for the letterboard. So if you got a letterboard last year, we do have some new little decorative accents on there as well. All right, so we'll pan over and let's just go through and around, Kaylee. We'll walk through and I'll let you see all the stuff in the kitchen. One of the things I did during the pandemic is ordered all new magazines so I can take a little break and de-stress and look through the magazines. Okay, Donner is over by my cooktop there, and he is on one of Scotty's boards as well. So this is either one that you can hang, or if you have a stand, you could stand him. I think he comes as a stand or a frame, either one, but I didn't have a wall space for him. Here at the lake house, there's a lot of windows. There's not a ton of wall space, but I'll let you peek around the corner here and not much over here. You know, I make cookies for my job site crew, so there's my KitchenAid that gets a lot of use. It looks like it could use a little polish too, but you know. So I got a little bit of greenery over there and a little punch needle. I kind of collect cookbooks. I have a little obsession with them, but it is what it is. You got to spend your money on something, right? Okay. So we're walking through the kitchen here. I got a little prep sink here. Here is another piece from the lady at You'll Go, her little booth there. And that is a strainer. And she decorated it up with a cookie cutter and some spice tins, some old time utensils in there. Isn't that awesome? I love it. That's one of my favorite pieces to pull out at Christmas time. All right. And I have a little bit more on my cupboards than I normally do. I just think I'm starting to get a lot of stuff. So probably next year I'll bring more to the retreat house and can trim this down a little bit. But I love my stitch towels. Of course, in a house full of men all my life, I know that I have to have another set out that they can use and then ones they can't use. So this is hand stitched, and this is a package of 4 in a pattern, and I'll have Kaylee, I have the other 3 towels over there that she can scroll on later as we go by. But we have some gingerbread men here that are stuck on some old doilies. This is a new mug that I think I got at, I think the dollar store. I can't remember. But I just found him this year and he was cute, so I bought him. And the gingerbread picture, I think, looks great in a kitchen. A couple little platters I have kind of just stacked up here with some more bottle trees. And try not to get the outdoor porch because that's where we put all the stuff we don't want anybody to see. Or we call that our outdoor cooler during the winter. All right, so come back over here and we'll get the...
Do we want these?
Oh yeah, here's the towels. So here are the other 3 towels in that stitch set that I have, gingerbread towels on the website, and they're all 4 of them in here. I know that we did some towels in some of the wool boxes. I know we ran a special. If you got 2 towels, you got a 3rd one free. So here's this one. This one was fun too. This broken leg, and then a few good men. How cute is that? Again, make sure you guard them with your life so nobody uses them. Okay. I love this vintage tinsel tree. I think I got it for $15 at the antique store. I don't know why he was so reasonable, but he is very primitive. Like his base is really like 2 sticks that cross. So I think he's kind of like made a long time ago. He's not very polished. But it's awesome. I love it. And then this year I decided to put him in a little collar, and I found this downstairs that I must have gotten one of my old Santas wrapped in at one time. And I just made a tray of old vintage ornaments. Whoop. Whoops. That was a glass one. Oh boy. Okay, we'll get that later. All right, do you want to go this way?
Nope.
All right.
Just kidding.
Which way do
Why don't
we
you grab those pillows we're gonna say?
Okay. So on the bench over here, we have a couple pillows. Here's your gnome pillow. Hi, Jeter. I must have made another noise. Again, this was the free one you got if you choose to download all your free patterns. And then this naughty and nice pillow, I'm having a really good time with Jace with this one. So if he starts to be naughty or doesn't want to eat, I go and switch it. So it starts off where he's good. He's really excited when he gets here. And then when he doesn't want to eat or not nice to his little brother, I switch it. I'm like, okay, I'm going to go switch the pillow because Santa knows. So it works for a little bit, but not too much. Jeter. All right. Then here we have, this was last year or the year before. 'Tis the Season pillow, a bunch of pennies, and then the trunk is stitched words. 'Tis the season. And that is on our website as well. And I'm just giving you some ideas that maybe you can think about for next year, because it might be a little too late to get some stuff for this year, but it's never too late to think about next year and the projects that you want to make for gifts and stuff like that. Okay, so let's go through
The ornaments.
yeah, we have some ornaments over here. So these are some of the ornaments. We'll go right here, Kaylee. We'll go right on the table here.
Sure.
All right, so here's some of the ornaments that were just released recently. These are all single ornaments. These are all single. So like for $10, $12, you can get this ornament, stitch it up, and make a bunch of them for all your people. Oh, he is part of a group. I knew there was something funny. Okay, so now this guy is all part of this. So you get all of these in one pattern. And these were designed by my friend Gloria from Old Green Cupboard. And I stitched them. She had them a little bigger. I made them a little smaller. I said, do you have big trees in Florida? Because your ornaments are this big, and I like my ornaments a little smaller. So she let me downsize them and stitch them a little smaller for my little tree, because in Florida, they must have big trees. Okay, do we have any questions at all or anything? Do we want to do any of that?
They're being answered.
Oh, okay, somebody's answering them?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, awesome. All right, come on through.
Oh, should I answer
So
it?
yeah, just listen to our noise here for a little bit. It is what it is. Do you want to go that way?
Yeah.
Okay, let's go that way. All right, so go back behind the corner to the left here. So this is behind my kitchen. This is a little vignette that I have. I found this quilt. I think I bought it at a silent auction a couple of years ago. And this is my, I don't know, vintage 30s, 40s little vignette here. And this is also the place, remember I told you I had a buffet table behind my kitchen? And this is where I'm going to put the snowman one that I talked about. So this is going to go on this table after Christmas for winter. So this is the spot where I put this guy here. And I know a bunch of you have ordered this for our Christmas event. We had that here. Okay. All right. So do we want to show them the quilt room?
Yeah.
Let's do that. Let's show them the whole tour here. So back here is my back hall. It's kind of an office. It's kind of a catch-all for everything. And way in the back is where I store some quilts. A few quilts.
Just a few. I think we're gonna.
And I have to admit, we did just clean this room out a little bit. You couldn't walk in here before. So it is wall to ceiling full of quilts. And I have a few of my quilts up here. I don't know if Kaylee can back up. We have a tripod and it's super huge. So it's kind of a pain in the butt. But way up high over here are some of my quilts, and she can just pan around and show you the variety that we have here. And these are all antique quilts that I will decorate. Here, these were out in fall. You've seen those. And here's the red, white, and blue. And then here's one of these days, instead of at Christmas, I'm going to do red, green, and white instead of just red and white. Here's blue and white during the summer. We do some of these sometimes, or winter, sorry. So in the cupboard, the blue and white will go after the red and white comes out. And then in spring, I do the 30s, which is pastel. So that's how I decorate with these antique quilts. And a lot of them we use for the pattern, like we recreate some of these patterns or the fabrics in them in my Moda fabric lines.
So ballpark, what would your guess be as to how many antiques?
I think Jake counted them. I think there's 160 in this room. Yeah.
And then
Roughly.
overall,
I don't really know.
in the 800s range?
Probably. When we get to the new building, we will get to count them and keep better track of them. All right, so that is the quilt room. Yeah, and I don't decorate every inch of the house. I leave some of the everyday decorations up and I don't think every surface has to be decorated. That's just way too much work. But here's a couple more of my little itty bitty celebrations out here by my sit down computer and by my cute little mail truck I found. Isn't that sweet? Okay. So this is where I'll hang all my Christmas cards that people send me. And look at this. I bought this when the pandemic started, thinking I was going to learn how to use this. What a joke, right? I don't know how to use it yet. It is a Cricut. Maybe someday I'll figure it out, but I didn't get to use it. So maybe some of you know how to use it and can tell me some tips and tricks and hints on how to use that Cricut. All right, come through here. This is our entryway. This is Christmas, or Twinkle Twinkle Christmas Tree. This is the little quilt that we made. Here is that same, I gotta know this lady's name here that does all this. I told the guy at the store I want to meet her because I probably own half the stuff she's made. Jake did this painting on the old boards, and again, this is one of my favorite things that she has made with the vintage snowman in it. Here is outside here. Not too much decorating, but a couple old sleds. The lady down the road had a little porch sale where she was selling greenery. So I bought these two from her. If you don't know, I live in a town called Butamore, and it has 250 people that live here in our little, I don't even think it's a village. I think it's I don't know what it's called, but Butamore. And I found the vintage snowman there. So come on in. We'll finish the little bench here. Here's my another little tinsel tree. I just found him this year. So I found him at Antique Up in Kimberly. When I had 5 minutes, I ran in there just to see if I could find something, and I found that tinsel tree there. I don't know if it's new or not. I think it might be new because it looks old, but it has lights.
Oh, wow.
But what do you think, Darsh?
I like that a
You
lot.
think it's old? I think it's new.
I don't know.
I don't know either. But here is my little guys that I just got from Vicky and Heather. They're from Vicky, but Heather made them, two of my friends. And her skirt likes to fall down all the time, so I'm always like picking up her skirt, girls. I think I gotta sew it down, but she can get a little inappropriate sometimes. So here's my stairs that has No decorating on them. So hopefully maybe I'll get a chance to do that yet. But if not, it's not the end of the world, right? Okay, now I have something pretty special for you next. But first, this is from my friend Val, who's my long arm quilter in Vegas. And she stitched that for me one year. And I absolutely love it. I love that it's not red. I love that she stitched it in brown, so it's different. It looks very vintage. And I give it this lovely spot here. Okay, now, this is the cabinet where I store all the antique quilts that we display during each season. So here's the deal. I thought, as for fun, that we would do an old-fashioned bed turning. So look for that. We're going to take every one of the quilts out of here, lay them on my bed, and show and turn them for you before Christmas. So give us a couple days to get that ready. And I think we'll wait a little bit closer to Christmas to do that, just so you have something to look forward to. And what I want you to do is during the show, when we're going through them, I want you to tell me which ones you really, really love, because maybe we'll pattern those and get those out. Maybe put out a little red and white booklet or something like that of all the red and white quilts. Now I can't, there's some that I'm not going to be able to do because one of them, they might be way too intricate, or they are all hand pieced, or maybe we can do it. I don't know, but I can't promise you everyone, but we can do some of them. You got questions?
Somebody wants to know how many people help you do this.
Do what?
Decorate.
Oh, it was.
I know. Yeah, I know it.
I did it. I know her, and I'll be honest. I don't decorate the same every year, but I'll like pull out my pictures and like, okay, where did this go? Or I also label my boxes according to what room they were in. So I pull out the big red tub and it says living room. So everything in that I just kind of keep in the living room, and then I might switch some things around every year from then on. Anything else?
I don't think so.
Yeah. Okay. So I love decorating. This very, because I visit all the treasures that I found through the years of collecting, and I get to spend a little time with it, and I can think of like, where's the best spot that this should go. And it's just really fun for me to do it by myself. And I did have my sister help me at Thanksgiving, and she wanted to do that, but she wasn't available to help me at Christmas time. So I couldn't wait for her. All right. Okay. Huh?
Our
battery's getting low. Okay. So one more thing. Let's quick go show them the bed, and then we will sign off. I want to show them where we're going to lay the quilts on the bed for the bed turning. So this is my bedroom. You're coming in, maybe, to my bedroom. You don't show them my closet. And, right. So here is our bed. And yes, if you look close, you'll see the dog hair on the pillows and stuff. But we have the flannel sheets on with the reindeer. I do have a couple Christmas sets, so we will switch it out. And this is because my dog must have been having his nap on here. But look for Ho Ho Ho. This pillow is on my blog as a free download if you didn't get that one already. But I love my little Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas. That might be a little crooked. Nick put him up for me. I didn't do that. But that's a little crooked. Okay, so we're going to lay all those red and white quilts on the bed, and we're going to turn them off and give you a little show of all those quilts. So you need to turn around here so Darcy so we can see the Merry and Bright quilt here on one of Scott's hangers. This is a bit a longer hanger. This is the 4-foot one. And then the personalized pillow here we have. So I pretty much hopefully can give you some ideas on where to put your projects that you make. And I know I don't have a lot of time here, so I'm going to come back on camera and say goodbye. All right, everyone.
Out of the sun.
Out of the sun.
Maybe.
Out of the sun.
There
Where
we
are we
go.
going?
Right there is good.
All right. So thanks everyone for hanging out and enjoying what I have to show you here today, and hopefully you got some ideas on how to use your projects that you got from Primitive Gatherings. And remember, if you're on YouTube, to like, comment, hit the button so you know when we have another video posted. Kaylee and I are super stoked about all of our new equipment. So now we feel ready to go ahead and keep putting out all of the content on how to. So again, we appreciate you, and get those cookies made, get that candy made, and get your stuff done, and so you can sit down and stitch. All right, everyone. Have a good night.